This is Anthony's Kitchen, cooking in small spaces. This is for you college kids and for people who have small kitchens and students who just want to learn to cook something quick and easy. Let's start. Tonight we're going to do homemade Alfredo, garlic Alfredo with chicken and broccoli. To wash each piece.
First step is to wash the chicken,
down.
right?
Yes. Set them down.
On parchment?
Try to drain them a little bit. Have some parchment paper in there. And I got this little thin, whatever it's called.
Cutting board.
Cutting board. Yeah,
From?
that's it. From the dollar store. This is for you younger generation that don't want to spend no money. See this little knife here? We're going to cut this chicken $1.
And it's life hacks. For what? Small kitchen spaces.
Exactly. Small kitchen spaces. We're going to take and cut this chicken up. So you have small pieces of chicken. See how good the little dollar knife cuts? Cuts really good for $1. And you know you little high school and college students, you don't want to spend no more than $1 because you're only at the school for a little bit of time. And this will last you. And your parents don't want to buy you no expensive knives anyway.
Not until you get your own place.
Exactly. Okay, so we got one set of the chicken breast all cut up. Ready to go. And now, wash my hands right quick. Always remember to wash your hands. Chickens is nasty. They dirty. Before you go into that second pack. Keep some paper towels nearby to dry your hands. If you got an Acme near you, go to Acme. Just about every month they have buy one, get two free. Packs of chicken are the thin ones.
The ones that you need for this recipe. No
you won't
sponsors.
Need this much chicken in college unless you're cooking for a few of your friends. But since I'm going to let these kids eat this, I need a little more chicken.
So they need only about a pack for themselves.
Yes. If you're doing it for an individual or two people, one pack is more than enough. I'm not seasoning the meat because I do it when it goes into the pan.
That way the flavor is stronger?
No, not stronger. Just everything gets mixed in all together. And now we're going to cut the rest of these pieces. And then we'll be ready to rock and roll to put these in the pan. Cut this piece of fat off of here. Don't need none of that.
Make sure to cut off all the extra fat.
Yes. Unless you like the fat, then it's fine. Use it. Like this, little extra skin underneath, peel it right on off. See, this one's got a little more extra skin, so we're going to just carve it off like that.
Carving.
Yes, you see that knife does the job. Little dollar store knife. Good thing. When the chicken's thin like this, it doesn't take as long to cook.
Which makes it quicker.
Yes, thank the Lord.
And easier.
Yes. See, this one got a little extra skin. So we're going to slice down this way. Keep that extra skin off from underneath.
Why should we keep the extra skin off?
Because it makes it tougher when you're cooking like this, honey. Makes it tougher. We don't want it to be I don't want it to be tough. So take that little extra peeling off. You see that skin like that? I don't need that. I do like that. Side handle that knife. Cut it right off of that skin. See that? See that?
Yeah.
That's how you do it. And you get it done. Okay, next thing you do, get your pan. Put a little oil in it. Right now we're using some Crisco canola, pure canola oil. As soon as it gets hot, we're going to throw that chicken in that pan, then we're going to season it up. Okay? Okay, now we're going to pick up this chicken because this grease over here is hot. Here, start to sizzle. So you know it's going to cook quick.
Don't be afraid to pop.
Pop, 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 pop. Pop that. Hey! You're not going to put it all in the pan at one time. You need it spread out so it'll cook evenly. Okay, now I'm going to wash my hands again before I touch this seasonings. We're going to start out with some garlic powder. Okay.
What's your pro tip about how much garlic you're supposed to use?
As much as you want. Just cover the chicken. Then we're going to use some onion powder. I don't do traditional salt and pepper. Do a little onion powder. And then we're going to do accents. People say they don't like accents, but let me tell you something. Accents put the food, it put that flavor in the food, okay? Alright, we're going to sprinkle a little bit of accent all over it. Make sure all your lids is open and off or whatever. So that way, you ain't touching them with your chicken hand if you touch the chicken. We're going to sprinkle pepper. We're going to sprinkle a little adobo. Nothing like adobo. Okay? Sprinkle that around. You can smell it. Smelling good right now. A little bit of Lawry seasoning sauce. Not a lot because you don't want it to be salty. And we're going to use some roasted garlic herbs.
Show the bottle again?
Roasted garlic herbs. Okay?
Yep.
Now, I just need a small spoon. And we're going to start stirring this around. See, you can tell when the chicken's starting to cook, it starts to turn white. Now see the seasonings on it.
Raw chicken versus cooking chicken.
Flip them little pieces over. So they can cook on both sides.
Smells good.
Yes. So smell them seasonings. That's what you want to smell. You want to smell that seasoning going through that food.
So what's in this pan is enough for 1 to 2 people serving.
Exactly. This amount of chicken right here is enough for 1 or 2 servings. Well, if one person eats all this chicken, that's a little bit too much. But anyway, this is definitely a 2 serving meal right here. This amount of chicken. You want to keep that fire under. So it gets to cooking quickly. Excuse me. We're going to get a bowl. And then we're going to set it in it and let it sit as it comes out. And then we'll put the next load in. But you want to keep stirring it for a few minutes. To take the pink off the chicken. I've been cooking for a long time, but this is not something I like to do. But everybody says I can cook.
The best.
Kids eat things that they wouldn't even eat. So, this is why I'm doing this. For the younger generation. Older generation, y'all guys should know how to cook by now. This is for, what is it, Gen Z and Millennials?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. Alright, you see the pink is all off the chicken right now. So we're going to take this out this pot. We're going to put it in here, let it sit to the side, and then we're going to put our next load in here. Because we're going to add it all back to the pan and let it cook a little more. But right now we just want this to cook right quick. Take the pink off. And we're going to repeat this step until all the chicken is cooked, okay? To dry.
Add more oil to the pan.
Yep. Because see, the chicken has thickened up with the seasoning, so some of the oil dropped out. We're going to drop this chicken.
And repeat.
And repeat exactly what we just did. Okay. While the chicken's still cooking, the rest of the chicken, we're going to do the cloves of garlic. Because we're going to make some fresh garlic Alfredo sauce. So we're going to get about 4 to 6 cloves of garlic. In the meantime, while that was cooking, we got rid of the old parchment paper, got some new one, and we washed the board off, and we got another dollar store knife. So far we spent $2 on knives, okay? That's all we need for college time. And small kitchen time. This little skin is on this garlic. Usually it'll come straight on off. I guess this one they don't want to be cooked today. So they holding on to the skin.
It's not me.
See, it still got a little brown mark. Cut that little baby off and we're good. I think I'm going to do two more cloves so we have some nice fresh garlic taste in here because we're doing a nice batch. Now, you're doing this just for you guys, just at school. You're only going to need about 2 cloves, okay? 2 to 3 cloves, and that'll be enough. You don't need all this.
You just need 2 to 3 cloves for about your 2 serving size.
Yes. About 3 cloves would be perfect for a 2-person meal. Oh, look at that. You want to go away too? Oh, come on back. And we're going to chop this right quick.
Minced?
Yes, we're going to make minced little garlic pieces, okay? I'm not a chopper. This is my way. Everybody does fancy chopping. Just as long as I get it small enough and fragrant enough, we'll be good. This is some nice fresh garlic. You can smell it. And of course, it's going to be all on your hands. And for you guys that don't know how to get it off your hands, a little bit of lemon juice, soap, and water. And the smell will come right out your hands, okay? I know you don't want to be at school and your fingers smelling like some garlic. You walk around and they be like, oh, I smell some garlic.
What's that smell?
So to get it off your hands, some lemon juice or some fresh lemon. If you got fresh lemon, it'll be a little bit better. Just rub some in your hand with some soap. Take a little piece and wash your hands real good, and the smell will come out. Finished the second round of chicken, so now I've added it all together. Now I'm going to top it off with a little more seasoning. A little more garlic. 1 tube of the onion powder. Adobo. Accent. And turn it down a little bit. Just a hit of pepper. And 1 more hit of garlic.
Seasoned salt?
Seasoned salt. Oh my goodness, still. And now we're going to let this sit for a few minutes. Just rock out to give it just a little bit of more color and to cook it off a little more, okay? Be right back at you. Is it flavored?
Perfect.
Okay. Now we're going to put this down on low.
Juicy.
Yeah, see? Chicken. A little seasoning. You can still see the seasoning. Nice. Juicy.
Perfect.
Voila. Over there. Let it sit, but I'm going to still leave that on low. I'm going over here wash my hands, and we're going to cut up the cream cheese. Getting the water ready for the noodles, okay? So, you're not going to have a pot this big. You don't need a pot this big. You're going to fill it up as much as you can. You don't want to fill it all the way to the top, but you want to fill it up a good amount so that the fettuccine or linguine, whichever you use, there'll be enough water to cook it in.
3/4 of the pot, right? Fill up.
Yes, about 3/4 of the pot. I'm going to go right underneath the little knobs. And that'll be enough water for this pot. That's because I'm cooking a larger amount. Turn. Okay. Get some salt. Put some salt in the water so it gives the noodles a little bit of flavor. And what we're going to do is use some vegetable oil so that the noodles don't stick. Put enough in there so you see the little beads, and that's that. Okay, and we're going to put that to boil, and the butter's almost done. So as soon as this is done, we're going to add the garlic,
and then we're going to saute the garlic. Now we're
adding the garlic now because the butter is done melting. Yep, and I'll just swoop it up in my hand. So it looks like down in the butter. It's still white. It's not going to stick to the pan. Alright, I'm dropping the cream cheese in so they can melt. Turn this down just a little bit. garlic is just a little soft now. That's it. Now we're going to sit this in here. Let this melt. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of whisking. Get this off the spoon. Start melting. Using heavy whipping cream. This is what you use to make Alfredo sauce, okay? And you want to make it from scratch. I just want to pour it in. And heavy whipping cream is expensive, y'all. If you go to like an Acme or a ShopRite or Kroger's or something, this little bottle is about $4.99. You go to Aldi's, it's only $1.55. I'm sorry, this about $3 in the store, but at Aldi's for a little one, it's $1.55. So, if you buy a whole 32 ounce of it, it's about $6. So at Aldi's, for both of these, it came to $3.10. So you're going to spend half the price getting the same product. If you go to somewhere like Aldi's or Lidl's or one of them stores like that, Save a Lot, whichever's around. It's a little bit cheaper, but you're getting the same product. It's going to be the same. Because you're going to add your own twist and your own flavor to it. But you need to whisk it. And as you're whisking this, it's going to thicken up. Okay? And that's what you want it to do. You want it to thicken up.
That's why you add cream cheese.
So right now, I'm going to add a little more garlic to this. Even though I got fresh garlic in there. And I'm going to add some accent. This accent just brings out the flavor in everything that you cook. And no, accent is not bad for you. Go read up on it. They did a story a couple of years back. 4 years ago, it was accent was bad for you. And then about 2 years ago, they did another story. No, it's not bad like they thought it was and whatever. And I've been using it for at least the last 38 years. So it's been around a long time. You see the cream cheese done melted down? I had to turn the heat up just a little bit more so that it'll start to cook the way it's supposed to. And now we're going to add a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. Flavor is hitting, okay? It's not like white salt. Pink Himalayan. So we're going to just twist a little bit in here. Not much. Now like 5 little turns, and now we're going to stir it in. And then we're going to stop, and we're going to let this come to a boil. Okay, we're still waiting for it to be done. And the little things you see in here is a little bit of oregano. You add a little bit of oregano. You don't want to add a lot, just sprinkle a little bit of oregano in there. Then you add fresh oregano if you want, or Italian seasoning.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to do a little broccoli that we're going to throw on top. I'm just using frozen broccoli today. Always get the florets, because that way you don't have all those little chunks and pieces. They're all in whole. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic, minced garlic. It's already chopped up. I'm not chopping up some fresh garlic, so don't want to use a lot, but 1 spoonful, large spoonful. And then we're going to add some pepper, See, it's already cooking. A little bit of garlic powder. Some accent. Yep, I put adobo on my daggone broccoli. Sure do. And I even put onion powder. And instead of the seasoned salt, I'm taking some of my pink Himalayan salt. About 5 turns. Okay? When you're doing vegetables, you want to use a slotted spoon. And what I did at the beginning, I put a little bit of oil in the pan.
What kind?
I actually used vegetable oil on this, just a little bit. Now I done turned that over, so I'm going to add a little more seasoning, because they're flipped over. So this way the seasoning is throughout. I want it to taste good with some seasoning. This is no salt and pepper stuff for me. I grew up with my grandma. Back then, that's all they used was salt and pepper. Salt and pepper is boring. Every cooking show says salt and pepper, salt and pepper. No, I'm going to add salt and pepper. But we want some flavor. We want some real flavor. And we're just going to keep stirring this. Let it cook down a little bit. We're not going to let this get soft or whatever. We're going to let it still be a little bit crunchy with the flavor. But we're going to cook that frozen part off of it. And no, it's not going to be that little bit of steamed. Alright, everybody, we back. Get ready to throw these fettuccine noodles in the water. Finely boiling. Barilla. Great pasta. Right out the store. A half a box is good enough for 2 people. But I have to use a little more than that. Drop them in there. Kind of separate them in different ways when you're doing this. Okay, so we got the fettuccine in here in this water. We're going to just stir it around a little bit so it doesn't stick. Okay, and we're going to let it cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. Barilla usually cooks the best. So that's what we stick with. It's always on sale at ShopRite. 99¢ or $1.24, depending on what they have to sell. But every couple of months it's on sale for 99¢. So we're going to let this cook and then we'll be back. Okay, noodles is now done. We're going to strain and drain right here, right quick. And that means pouring that water off. We'll put the noodles back in there. And this is what we're going to do. Alright. Clean little knife over here. And we're going to cut this butter in some small chunks. We're going to lay it around here. Yup, butter. About a half a stick of butter. Big thing, garlic. Not gonna put too much. And then we're gonna sprinkle some accent on top. And we're going to cover it for about 5 minutes, let the butter melt and the accent. Ready? Okay, guys. To go with the linguine, I I'm lying, to go with the fettuccine. Okay, Alfredo. We got some French bread with garlic and herb from Walmart, baked fresh today. Okay, I'm gonna have this. Gonna stick it in the oven. I'm gonna cut it down, slice it up, and I'm going to put some compound butter on this. Okay, we're gonna take half the loaf for right now. Here we have some compound butter with some fresh herbs. And I don't think it's soft enough, so we're going to stick it in this microwave for, we're going to start it with 30 seconds. Shouldn't take that long. And then we're going to slap that butter on there to warm up. Put it on 250. And by that time, when the noodles are done, the bread will be done. In about 5 minutes, I will plate this. And then we will have the finished product. See you soon. Okay, so Divine Openings is my sponsor. Okay? Divine Openings. Love yourself. This is not only for ladies, but it's for men too. But I have the ladies shirt on, okay, at this time. So, Love Yourself stands for, ladies, you are valuable, yet our understanding restricts self-esteem, edification, love, and forgiveness. 1, we need to learn to love all of ourselves. Okay? So make sure you ladies start doing that. Want a shirt? Reach out to divineopenings.com. So now you have your finished product in the small space. That should take you maybe about an hour tops cooking time. Okay, because of the small space, and the burners take a little longer. But here's a little information for everybody today. Stay safe, protect yourself, wear masks, and protect your family and other people that are around you. COVID-19 is no joke, and we want everybody to continue to live a prosperous and happy life. Also, take vitamin D every day, 4,000 to 5,000 IUs, especially to folks of color. Due to our melanin in our skin, we don't get enough vitamin D every day. Okay? Protect yourself. Take it, because vitamin D levels help to protect you before you become a diabetic and when you are a diabetic. So please, do yourself a favor. Get your vitamin D level checked, and also take vitamin D3 every day, 4,000 to 5,000 units. Our levels should be between 30 and 100. Thank you, and welcome to Aunt Dana's place. Have a good day.